Welcome to Vienna.
All right, I am landed here at Vienna Airport in Austria, and I'm headed to my hotel that I just booked. I decided to book an on-site, on-airport hotel called the Moxie. It's a Marriott brand. Just trying to locate it. I think it's behind this hotel. I decided I didn't want to navigate with Ubers, and given my close call today with the Yandex driver and not being able to get one when I needed to get to the airport, I figured the simplicity and ease of just staying here at the airport is unmatchable. So I believe it's that glass building right there on the left. So I hear that these hotels, their claim to fame is they're basically kind of like a fun hotel, a very hip hotel with really hipster decor. So I'll go check in, drop the baggage off, and then head straight back to the airport to catch the train into downtown Vienna for some sightseeing before the sun sets for the day. I got about 2.5 hours, I would say. I'll walk back to the airport, take the train to town. At least I'll get some Wiener Schnitzel or some Wurst to at least call it a trip to Vienna. Maybe hit a cafe up if I have time, but I'm not going to expect much at 7 o'clock in the evening. So if you're wondering what to do with let's say a 2-hour stopover here in Vienna, I am about to show you what to do with your time. So I'm walking down towards the Stevens Dome, which is, about 1.1 kilometers ahead of me here. Again, the sun is setting rapidly, so I'm not really that sure how much I'm going to be able to see here, but I guess we'll find out very shortly. So this place came recommended, Cafe Truckle. Not sure if they're still open, but kind of tempted to not sit down at this point just because I don't have a ton of time downtown. Yeah, beautiful architecture. It's kind of what Vienna is known for. I'll definitely be able to see the Stevens Dome in the daylight. I'm not sure about the other churches. So it's pretty much a straight shot through the city center. So we're entering what's called the Innenstadt, or the inner city of Vienna. And this is pretty much the heart of what we would consider, I guess, the old town of Vienna. You'll see in a few minutes here just how beautiful this cathedral is. I was there about 2 years ago, just for a morning other connection. I really just got to come here sometime to look around. It's been about 15 years since I really explored the city. All right, we should be approaching St. Stephen's now. I believe it is just up here and around the corner. A lot of horse-drawn carriages going down the street. This is it right here, St. Stephen's Cathedral. It's definitely getting dark. This is really hard to photograph at this point, but I hope you guys get the idea. Very beautiful, kind of Gothic style cathedral. This is insanely old too. I'll put the date on the screen here so you guys can understand what you're looking at in terms of its age. Yeah, this is Stephansplatz. This is the Stephansplatz. Stephen Square, one of the largest city squares here in Vienna. And you can see it's bustling with activity tonight. Anyway, I'm not going to linger. I want to get these things captured on video and move on to the next site. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to soak it up. I just don't have the daylight. So it's definitely a beautiful evening here on Stephensplatz, or St. Stephen's Square. I'm headed down that way towards the Opera House, which is about 500 meters to a kilometer down the road, looking back at St. Stephen's Church. I'm kind of clipping along, but I'm able to see at least something here in Vienna during this really short overnight layover. So tons of people out tonight. Apologies for the horrible image quality at this hour. Really happening city though, I'll tell you. I think I found the restaurant street. A lot of outdoor eating here. It's definitely not a dead city center. Yeah, there's definitely a ton of people out. All right, well, this is the Vienna State Opera House. Beautiful historic building on the south end of the Innenstadt city center area. Pretty outstanding city though. It's really easy to enjoy yourself here. It's just visually, it's so stunning and beautiful. This impressive church is Karlskirche, and this is located just outside of the Innenstadt on the south end. Really beautiful church. It's a pretty stunning ornate dome on the top of it, green kind of iron aged dome with these two front columns as well. Really beautiful church. So this is definitely not the device that I prefer to film on, but my other cameras are all at the hotel right now. I overexerted myself with the Osmo Pocket a little bit too much today, so I depleted it pretty fast. All right, this is the Secession Art Institute. This was built in 1897, so incredibly old building. It's got a beautiful golden dome with leaves, if you look very closely. They're gold leaves with a few green intermixed with the gold.
And this handsome statue is the Goethe Denkmal, which is dedicated to the famous German poet.
So this is the Mozart Memorial here in Vienna, one of Vienna's favorite sons, I suppose. And unfortunately, it is behind this locked gate, so can't get any closer to it, but you can definitely see it, especially with the DSLR zooming in. I know it's not the greatest footage, but I hope it gives you a sense of some of the grandiose monuments around town. So this is the Außeres Tor, or the Old City Gate. This city gate has stood at the entrance to Vienna literally for the past 220 years. So this is the Hofburg, which is the former imperial palace of the Habsburg dynasty, dating back to the 13th century. Really cool building here in the center of Vienna. Again, it's adjacent to the city gate that we just walked through. These street parties are all over Vienna, just tons of people enjoying themselves, enjoying the historical sites with what I'm guessing are a lot of drinks by the sounds of it. And yeah, within view of this kind of beauty, so very cool. So this would be a building that I would definitely want to explore if I had more time in Vienna. Unfortunately, with the 7 a.m. flight, that's not going to happen, but it was cool to at least see it at night, all beautifully lit up. So this is the Hofburg, which is the former imperial palace of the Habsburg dynasty. This building dates back to the 13th century, so it's incredibly old, and it's huge. I'm sure you can see just how far down it goes. It's a little bit dark over there, but pretty impressive structure. All right, so this is the interior of the Hofburg. You can see this massive dome Looks like it's covered by a net, so there's nothing that's going to fall on your head and so forth. So this is the outside of the Hofburg. Very, very beautiful, ornate exterior. And the passageway. Beautiful night here in Vienna. All right, my time down here in Vienna is winding down. It's about 11:30 in the evening right now, so I am going to head back to the hotel now. It's just too dark, and all my devices have failed now except the DSLR, which is my shakiest camera. So I cannot necessarily give you the footage you deserve. So that's pretty much it for me tonight. Well, I didn't want to leave Vienna without getting one Wurst, so I got myself a bratwurst. €3.50 at a stand. There's Wurst stands all over Vienna, so definitely wanted to try it out before I head back to the airport. All right, I've made it over here to Schottenring U-Bahn station. I'm going to get on the U-Bahn now and head back to the airport. All right, I'm back at Wien Mitte station, ready to get back on the train to the airport. All right, I successfully made it back to the Moxie Hotel at the airport. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning, so not going to get much sleep, but it was a nice little visit to Vienna. All right, good morning from Vienna, Austria. I am up bright and early. It's about 6:10 in the morning. My flight leaves at 7:05, so I don't have a lot of time to get over to the airport, but it's just over there, so I'm not too worried. I'm going to go down towards the parking area because there is a people mover down there, so I can use the moving walkway to expedite my way over to the airport at least. Pretty convenient from the Moxie. I'm not going to use the elevator though, that's going to slow me down. But yeah, I had a pretty good stay. So this next flight is like 45 minutes max. All right, boarding the plane to Munich.